Alright, here we are for round 2 with Stompy. We are playing against GL Nemesis, so we're 2 for 2 on playing against grinders, and we're playing the grinder deck, so makes sense. This hand is amazing. We are going to keep this. Hopefully this Nettle Sentinel gets through. If it dies, we are going to be a lot further behind than if we were able to play these with the extra counter. They're playing a Vault Scourge. Well, would you look at that? The mirror again. So, this is why I don't like playing the top deck very much. You either play a lot of mirrors, so then it's mostly just luck who wins, and then you also play against a lot of people who are going to be playing kind of the anti-Stompy deck. So here's a tough choice here. I definitely want to play one of these. The real question is, can I race this if he puts double Rancor on it right now? And I think the answer is actually yes. I get to deal a ton of damage with these, so let's just go ahead and do that. Even if he has some Rancors, he might just have to block with this thing. This is kind of the Stompy nut draw. It would have been it could have been a little better, like we could have had a bunch of Burning Tree Emissaries, but it is what it is. So it doesn't look like he's got a Rancor, otherwise this would have been when you would play it. So unlike the last match, I'm definitely going to bring in my natural states for game 2. Alright. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack with everything I think here. I'm going to play the Rancor right away. It is a little annoying that now I don't get to untap my Nettle Sentinel, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and attack with all our guys. Vines unfortunately doesn't pump anything when it's on a... Yeah, okay, so Vines unfortunately doesn't pump anything for only 1 mana, but that's okay. I am going to keep up the Vines now, this turn. It's not that important to get this Bone Splitter down. So, for those of you who don't know Vines of the Basswood that well, you only get any extra power or toughness if you pay the kicker, so it costs 2 mana to actually pump your guy at all. Rain Ranger, it's fine. Got this sweet, sweet promo version. I'm a big fan of the always using the OG art, but this is pretty cool. Pretty cool looking Rain Ranger. So now I do have to decide here what I want to do with my pump spells. I can put my opponent on a 2-turn clock. Okay, so I'm gonna Vines that. So it's gonna save us 4 life and him 5 and him 4 life too. So that was pretty nice play there for us. So what I can do is if he doesn't have anything, I can put the Bone Splitter on here and get in 6 and then 10 next turn. And I think I will do that. We might be in a little trouble if our opponent gets another pump spell for this Vault Scourge, but we didn't draw another land, so this is kind of what we're stuck doing. Don't really care about playing the Nettle Sentinel. It's not attacking for any damage, and damage to us doesn't matter. Only our opponent's life total matters right now. Okay, so our opponent doesn't have a Groundswell because he didn't pick up a land with the Quarian Ranger to play it. Okay. So our opponent is dead here unless they have a Vines of the Basswood to fizzle our Vines. They're going to pick up a land. They should, of course. So you might have noticed in my deck, I cut the Solana Ledgewalkers. Okay, so we win. I cut the Solana Ledgewalkers simply because I had to cut something for the Burning Tree Emissaries, and I didn't need them. So we managed to win game 1 on the back of being luckier than our opponent, of course, because it's the Stompy Mirror. Whoever is luckier wins. So I'm going to bring in... I don't know how many natural states I want, if any. Gonna bring in my Epic Confrontations, of course. Remember, I can't bring in the Scattershot Archer because they have I have creatures with flying, and they're my best creatures too. So I don't want to bring in the scattershot archers. And then aerial volley doesn't, even if it also doesn't hit Solana Ledgewalker. Solana Ledgewalker doesn't actually have flying, even though it can only be blocked by creatures with flying. So it doesn't do much there. Aerial volley is something to consider, but it's basically just a worse natural state. Natural state can kill Rancor while they're attacking, stuff like that. So I'm going to bring in those. And then it's a tough one. I think the hungers are the most important. And then the hungers and the vines are the most important. So I think I'm just going to cut 1, 2 Quarian Rangers again, and then I'm going to cut a Groundswell and a Mutagenic Growth, just to kind of a miser of each. It's almost certainly wrong. When you do a cut like that, it's almost certainly wrong, but there's something to be said for having a variety. Like if I draw both of them, I'll probably prefer that I have one of each rather than 2 of the same one. So, I don't know. There's diminishing returns on them either way. So let's go ahead and submit this. I don't really know. I could look up what Geo Nemesis has been playing. He's a grinder. I'm sure he's got some 5-0s with Stompy recently, but I guess I just don't care that much. They're all about the same. We'll keep this. It's not great. It's got 1 too many lands, but you can't always have a perfect hand. Alright. It's pretty easy. Nettle Sentinel on turn 1. I am going to block if he attacks. It's kind of a free roll attack for him, but I don't want him to be able to Pit Skulk me for free, so there you go. Easy block. Also, by doing it this way, my opponent loses a chump block, but the benefit they get is they get to howl it, and there's nothing I can do about it. And it got gut shot. What's up with all these gut shots? Is that card good? I don't know. I've never been a big fan of gut shot in this deck. I have to decide. I think I just want to play the Quarian Ranger. Drew another land, so we're going to get too flooded to win, probably. Also, we're not going to be able to beat this 5-5, most likely, unless I draw an Epic Confrontation. We have a little bit of time to do that, but not forever. And we'll be able to combine our Groundswell with our Epic Confrontation to kill this thing. And he did have the Pit Skulk, so even if I didn't block last turn, he had double. So if I didn't block last turn, I would have gotten hit with both of these 1 turn earlier. Alright, here's our chance. We've got our Vault Scourge. And then I'm going to put the Rancor on it right away. Just because, so this is worse against, it's worse against Gutshot, because you could have done, or it's better against Gutshot, it's worse against Gutshot because next turn I can Groundswell and get like the pump with my attack. But it's going to be a little bit better, like he gets to draw 1 less card this way, so I like doing it that way better. Burning Tree Emissary first main, interesting. Okay, I don't know how you do that. So it's a pretty easy block for me right there. So I would have had to consider this turn whether or not my opponent could have a +4/+4 pump spell or something, or like 2 of them if he hadn't played this. But now I don't have to worry about that. So I'd actually be dead to a Vines plus a... I'd have been dead this turn to a Vines plus a Mutagenic Growth. Another Hunger, huh? Yeah, I mean, that's like the best card in the matchup, and we haven't drawn any of our good cards, so we're probably going to lose. But we don't necessarily lose for sure, I suppose. I'm going to have to show my opponent all my cards in my hand, I think. Or maybe I won't. So let's go ahead and River Boa. Untap this, pick up a forest. So this way I can at least represent that I might have something left in my hand. I'm going to have to Groundswell this guy just to even live, pretty much. So the real reason this is not great for us is that now I can't even draw Epic Confrontation and kill one of these anymore. I do get a free block on the Young Wolf with the River Boa. And if I want, I can actually untap this Vault Scourge, and I can double block and kill it. I don't think I want to do that though. I really don't want to lose my Vault Scourge. I'd rather keep it. Like, my Vault Scourge is worth a lot more than this Young Wolf. So I might get punished here for... It doesn't look like I did. I could have gotten punished there for bluffing with my land, because I could have held up a second regenerate that turn, and I just didn't. Alright, I'm not going to pretend that I have Groundswell, because I want to be able to untap both of these if I need to. Man, Riverbow is a beast. So we're going to go to 11 here, which is going to make it tough for him to kill us with the Pit Skulk. Alright. I'll play my Pit Skulk. Going to go ahead and untap the Riverboa. Play my Forest. Alright. I really thought we had lost this game, but we got the Vault Scourge just in time, and we managed to get the Rancor on it. Same attack as last time. They played the land first, which kind of makes me think they might have a Groundswell. Yeah, so they shouldn't have attacked with the Young Wolf last turn. They let me attack for free with my Riverboa, which I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. Okay, well, I can't block, so pretty easy decision there for me. So I am dead to a 4-power pump spell, although my opponent played a land that turn, which makes me think he has another land in hand. Otherwise, he would have been holding back the land in case he drew a Groundswell. Okay. I think I'm going to play out one land to... Well, I can't really bluff anything anymore. I would win this turn if I had any actual pump spell, so I'll just play the land. Unfortunately, I'm still dead to a Vines on this Pit Skulk. I can't block it. I could have gotten one more damage in here, but it would have cost me my Quarian Ranger and my Pit Skulk probably. In that case, I would have gotten in 2 more, and my opponent would have gone to 1, but that's not really worth it. Attacking with everything, kind of the desperation attack, so let's just go ahead and do kind of our easy blocks. Still can't block the Pit Skulk, and our opponent doesn't have anything that is going to... opponent doesn't have anything that's going to give his guys trample at instant speed, I don't think. Even if he did, I don't think we can play around it. Alright, let's go ahead and regenerate, I suppose. Might as well. See if we're getting like kind of slow rolled. It's not really a slow roll, like he should wait to make sure I don't do anything, but I'm not going to do anything. This is plan to hope I forget to attack. Yep, we win the match, cool. So you can see the difference. Our opponents in both rounds basically played the same deck. They both had the gut shots and stuff, and the Hunger of the Hell Pack was a big deal, but it ended up being that putting it on the Young Wolf meant that we drew exactly the right card with our Riverboa to block it. If he'd had both of them on this Pit Skulk, we would have been dead. So we drew the Vault Scourge just in time. Maybe should have saved his gut shot for the Vault Scourge. I'm not sure I would use a gut shot on a Nettle Sentinel for no reason. Probably would have won the game if he had held that, to be honest. So that's something to think about when you're playing this deck. So that's about it for this round. I'll see you guys next round.